Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of AI-powered businesses today.
Oh, yeah.
It's really amazing to see how AI is kind of like shaking up the whole entrepreneurial world.
Yeah?
Just imagine being able to launch and scale a business in ways that we like never even thought possible, you know?
Right.
Even if you're starting with like nothing.
Yeah. That's the power of it,
So
right?
that's the power of AI.
Like AI is changing the game completely.
But there is kind of a catch.
Uh,
There's this like huge gap opening up between those who are actually using AI and those who aren't.
that's right. It's not even just about like knowing the tech.
Right.
It's like a whole different mindset, a whole different way of thinking about business altogether.
Absolutely.
Like the people who are really killing it with AI, they're laser focused on efficiency,
Right.
like how to scale fast and ultimately maximizing their profits.
So let's get into the details here.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Our source material lays out three super interesting AI business ideas.
Okay, cool.
The first one that they talk about is AI-generated digital products.
Okay.
So we're talking like ebooks, guides, templates, all that stuff that used to take forever to create.
Right. I remember those days.
Now you've got tools like ChatGPT,
ChatGPT is amazing.
which is AI for writing and Canva for design. So you can just crank these out so fast.
It's insane how much time it saves.
Yeah, it's wild.
And what's really cool is how people are like taking these tools and creating products for really specific niches.
Right.
It's like they find a need and then they just use AI to like build the solution.
Yeah.
And then once that product's made, boom, passive income potential.
Yeah, right. Minimal effort for ongoing revenue. It's like AI really flips the traditional business script.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
And actually, the source material, they highlighted this guy from the NeuroWealth Academy
Oh, yeah?
who created a 75-page guide
Wow.
for real estate agents.
Okay, smart.
He used AI to generate most of the content
Wow.
and then just kind of personalized it to fit that niche. And he's selling it for $27
Not bad.
and making 5 to 10 sales every single day.
Whoa, that's amazing.
We're talking $4,000 to $8,000 per month,
From one digital product.
potentially from one digital product.
That's incredible.
Well, that he created with zero upfront costs.
See, that's what I love about this model.
Hmm.
It's accessible.
Right.
You don't need a massive team.
Yeah.
You don't need tons of money to get started.
Yeah.
It's about finding a problem,
Right.
using AI to create the solution,
Yeah.
and then, marketing it effectively.
All right. So the next AI business idea is something that like completely blew my mind.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Faceless YouTube automation.
What?
So think about this. You use AI tools like ChatGPT
Okay.
to write video scripts
Okay.
about hot topics.
Right.
Then you use AI for voiceovers
Oh, wow.
and even to create the visuals for the video.
So it's completely hands-off.
Completely hands-off
That's wild.
with huge potential for passive income from ads,
Right.
affiliate marketing. Yeah.
Even selling your own products.
That's brilliant.
And the source material, they really emphasize, like, you got to be strategic about choosing your niche.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Niche selection is key.
It's all about finding that sweet spot,
Yeah.
where there's high search volume but low competition.
Makes sense. You don't want to get drowned out.
Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of niches are we talking about?
Right now, they said that things like finance productivity,
Okay.
tech reviews, even historical content are doing really well.
Interesting.
And they gave this really cool example
Okay.
about this woman named Sarah who started a faceless YouTube channel
Oh, wow.
all about productivity tools and techniques.
Nice.
And she uses AI for everything
Wow.
and pumps out 2 to 3 videos every week.
That's a lot of content.
Get this, after just 6 months.
Okay.
She's making around $3,500 a month.
No way.
And the best part, she only spends like 5 hours a week managing the whole thing.
That's insane. Like, that just shows you how much AI is changing the game with content creation.
Yeah. Individuals can reach massive audiences
Hmm.
without needing all the time and resources it used to take.
Yeah, it's huge for people who might not have had the time or resources to make traditional YouTube videos.
Totally.
All right, so moving on to the third AI business idea.
Okay, hit me with it.
This one is AI-powered business consulting.
Oh, interesting.
This is perfect for those who kind of want to help other businesses while also building their own thing.
Yeah, I like that. Helping others and helping yourself.
Exactly.
So how does this work?
So many businesses out there, they know they need to get on board with AI.
Right.
but they have no clue where to start.
Yeah, it could be overwhelming.
So that's where the AI consultant comes in.
Okay, so they bridge the knowledge gap.
Exactly.
So you don't need to be like a coding whiz or anything.
No.
You just need to be able to guide these businesses and show them how to implement the right solutions.
Exactly. Like you can help them set up things like chatbots for customer service,
Right.
automated workflows for content creation, email marketing that basically runs on autopilot,
Ooh, I like that
or
one.
even like systems to analyze their data.
That's powerful.
And the source material points out that you can do all of this using free or freemium AI tools.
So it's really accessible.
Super accessible.
Even if you're on a tight budget.
Exactly. And one thing that really stood out to me
Right.
is you got to show tangible results to your potential clients.
Show them the impact.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
really show them how this AI stuff can make a difference.
Like, what's the ROI?
Yeah, and the source material even suggests using before and after examples.
That's smart.
Like show them, hey, using this specific AI tool helped cut down customer service response times or
Yeah.
brought in more leads.
That's what gets people hooked.
Yeah, it's all about showing them the value.
Absolutely.
And had another great real-life example.
Okay, cool.
This guy named Michael.
Okay.
He started offering AI implementation services to local businesses.
Smart going local.
His first client was a local restaurant, and he set up a chatbot for reservations.
Right.
And an automated email system.
So streamlining things.
And through that one client, he got a ton of referrals.
Word of mouth is powerful.
He ended up with 7 clients within 3 months.
That's awesome.
And he's averaging about $500 per client every month.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
So this field is like ripe for organic growth.
Definitely. As more businesses adopt AI,
Right.
the demand for knowledgeable consultants is just going to keep going up.
So we've got these 3 amazing AI business ideas.
Yeah, let's recap.
AI-generated digital products,
Number 1.
faceless YouTube automation,
Number 2.
and AI-powered business consulting.
Number 3.
But how do you actually take that first step?
Right. Where do you even begin?
Well, this is where the idea of strategic acquisition comes in.
Strategic acquisition. I like that.
And the source material outlines this 3-step process that you can implement without spending a dime.
Okay, this is good. Zero investment.
I'm listening.
So what's the first step?
All right, break it down for me. Step 1. You need to create a simple online presence.
Yeah.
We're not talking about like a fancy website or
Oh,
anything.
it's just something basic.
Free platforms like CardNotion, even Google Sites can do the trick.
Yeah, those are great for getting started.
It's all about getting yourself out there,
Right. Establish a presence.
even if it's basic.
So just make it clear and professional.
Right.
Showcase what you offer.
Yeah.
Concisely, in a way that emphasizes the value you bring.
Got it. So what's step 2 in this zero investment strategy?
Okay, step 2, this is a good one. Leverage the free-to-paid model.
Free to paid? What's that all about?
So you offer your services for free
Uh,
to a select group of clients
okay.
in exchange for testimonials and case studies.
So you're basically building your portfolio.
Exactly. You're getting experience and social proof.
But are there any downsides to working for free?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because sometimes working for free can undervalue your expertise,
Right.
or you might attract clients who don't take you seriously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if it's done strategically,
Yeah.
it can be a really valuable way to gain experience and build up those tangible results.
So it's a calculated risk,
It is.
but with potentially high rewards.
Exactly.
All right, so what about step 3?
Step 3 is all about content marketing
Content marketing.
on free platforms like LinkedIn, TikTok, Medium.
Okay.
Think of it as sharing valuable content about AI and your niche
Okay.
to establish yourself as the go-to expert.
So basically building a reputation without spending money on ads.
Precisely. The source material emphasizes consistency and genuine value.
Right.
It's not about spamming people with sales pitches.
Right. Yeah.
It's about educating your audience,
Yeah.
building authentic relationships.
So you're building an online presence,
Right.
leveraging free to paid to gain experience and testimonials.
Yes,
And then creating valuable content to attract clients.
exactly.
Seems pretty straightforward.
It is when you break it down like that.
But what happens once you've got your first few clients and you're actually making some money?
Right.
Do you just stay at zero investment forever?
That's a good question. And that's where we move beyond that initial validation phase
Okay.
and start thinking about scaling the business.
So zero investment is a fantastic starting point,
It is.
but it's not the end goal.
Not at all.
So how do you go from zero to hero in the AI business world?
Well, that's what we're going to unpack in the next part of our deep dive.
Oh, can't wait.
We'll explore how to reinvest those profits strategically,
Okay.
to scale your business effectively and efficiently.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's do it. So we've laid out all these exciting business models, and it sounds like anyone can really just jump in even with no money up front. But that kind of brings up a question. Like once you do start making money, where do you go from there?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Like that zero investment start is great, but it's not the whole story.
Yeah. How do you actually turn those initial profits into like a sustainable, thriving business?
That's the key, right? So
Yeah.
the source material breaks it down into a few key areas to really focus on when you're thinking about scaling an AI-powered business.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So first up is automation.
Okay.
Think about all those tasks in your workflow that are kind of just repetitive.
Right, the stuff you don't want to do.
Exactly. Can you use AI tools to automate those?
Oh. Okay, so you free up more time.
Yeah, free up your time to focus on the stuff that really moves the needle for your business.
Makes sense. It's all about working smarter, not harder, especially in the AI world.
Exactly. Efficiency is key.
So what else should we be thinking about beyond automation?
So once you have some consistent revenue coming in, start thinking about reinvesting some of that back into your business.
Okay.
Maybe it's upgrading to the premium versions of those free tools you've been using.
Oh, right, because a lot of those tools have like free versions and then paid versions with more features.
Exactly. And those premium versions can unlock a whole new level of features and capabilities that can really help you scale.
So you're not just stuck at zero investment forever.
Not at all. It's about strategic reinvestment to fuel that growth.
Okay, I like that. And as your business grows, you might even want to think about outsourcing certain tasks to freelancers.
Yeah, that's a great point. Bringing in extra help can free up even more of your time.
So I can focus on the bigger picture stuff.
Exactly. You become more of like the CEO of your business rather than being bogged down on the day-to-day.
This is all starting to sound like a recipe for some serious success in the AI business world. But I can't help but wonder, if AI is making it so easy for anyone to start a business, won't the competition just become insanely fierce?
That's a valid concern. As more people jump on the AI bandwagon, standing out from the crowd is going to be more important than ever.
So how can aspiring AI entrepreneurs make sure they don't get lost in this sea of competition?
That's the million-dollar question,
Yeah.
right? Well, one of the key takeaways from the source material is specialization.
Okay.
Find your niche, become an expert in a specific area, and really own it.
So don't try to be everything to everyone.
Exactly. Find your lane and become the go-to person for a particular problem or a specific audience.
And that could be like a particular industry or even a specific type of AI tool.
Exactly. It's about focusing your expertise.
Okay, so specialization is key. What
Yeah.
else?
Another crucial takeaway is the need to constantly adapt and learn.
Because the AI world is moving so fast.
It's moving at lightning speed. New tools and techniques are popping up all the time you need to stay ahead of the curve.
So embrace that lifelong learning mindset.
Absolutely. Be willing to continuously learn and experiment because what works today might be outdated tomorrow.
It sounds like adaptability is essential for thriving in this AI business landscape. What else should our listeners be aware of?
Building a strong personal brand is huge,
Okay.
especially in a digital world where people are just bombarded with information.
Yeah.
You need to stand out.
Right. You need to be memorable.
Exactly. And it's not just about your technical skills or your business model. It's
Yeah.
about building that personal connection with your audience.
People connect with people, not just businesses.
Exactly. So share your story, showcase your personality, and
Yeah.
build those authentic relationships.
So it's not just about what you do, it's about who you are.
That's right. People buy from people they trust and connect with.
We've covered a lot of ground here, from those initial steps of starting an AI-powered business to the strategies for scaling and standing out from the competition. But I can't shake this feeling like there's this bigger picture we're not quite addressing yet.
You're right. There is. And it's something that goes beyond these specific strategies and tactics we've discussed so far.
Okay, now you've got me really intrigued.
It's about the fundamental impact AI is having on our world, on everything.
All right, let's delve into that bigger picture in the final part of our deep dive. Okay, so we talked about the nuts and bolts of, starting and scaling an AI business. But you mentioned a bigger picture we haven't really touched on yet. What exactly did you mean by that?
So, we've been focusing on how individuals can leverage AI, for business success.
Yeah.
But what we haven't really explored is the ripple effect this is having on the entire business landscape.
Right, it's not just about how we do business, it's AI is changing what business even is.
Exactly. Think about it. AI is democratizing entrepreneurship.
Right.
It's giving individuals and small teams the power to compete with like huge corporations in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago.
It's really leveling the playing field.
It is, and we're seeing a surge in like solopreneurs and these micro businesses that are powered by AI. They're able to launch quickly, scale super fast, operate with crazy low overhead.
So it's like a whole new wave of like innovation and disruption.
Exactly. It's exciting time.
This is pretty exciting stuff, but, if everyone has access to these AI tools, won't it also lead to like way more competition?
That's a great point, and it ties back to something we talked about earlier, specialization.
Right.
It's not enough to just be like another AI consultant or another faceless YouTube channel.
Mhm.
You need to carve out that unique niche, become a recognized expert.
So it's all about finding your lane and becoming that go-to person,
Yeah.
for a particular problem or audience.
Exactly. And it's also about developing a deep understanding of your target market and what they really need. You know,
Right.
AI can help you gather the data, analyze trends, but it's your human insight that lets you create solutions that actually provide value.
So it's like AI is a tool that kind of amplifies human ingenuity, not replaces it.
Exactly. We still need that creativity, the problem-solving skills,
Mm.
the emotional intelligence to connect with people and build successful businesses.
And that brings us to another crucial point, like the human AI partnership.
Oh, yeah, that's key.
The most successful AI-powered businesses are going to be the ones that find that balance between automation and human interaction.
Absolutely. It's not about replacing humans with robots. It's
Oh.
about finding ways for them to work better together.
So AI handles like the repetitive tasks, analyzing data, generating insights.
And humans provide the strategic direction, that creative spark, and that human touch that builds those relationships.
It makes me think about the future of work. Like are we headed towards this world where robots are going to take over all the jobs?
I think that's a common fear,
Yeah.
but it's a bit of an oversimplification.
Yeah.
AI is going to change the nature of work for sure, but it's more likely to augment human capabilities rather than just replace them completely.
So instead of thinking about AI as like a job killer, we should be thinking about it as like a job transformer.
Exactly. Some jobs will become obsolete, sure, but many more are going to evolve.
Okay.
New roles will emerge that require a different set of skills,
Yeah.
things like collaboration with AI, critical thinking, problem solving.
So the key to thriving in this new world of work is adaptability and a willingness to embrace lifelong learning.
I couldn't agree more. We need to be proactive about developing the skills that are going to be in demand in this AI-driven economy
Right.
and foster a culture of continuous learning, where people are empowered to adapt and evolve alongside technology.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive.
It has been.
We explored the specific strategies for building AI-powered businesses, but we also touched on the wider implications, for the future of work and like the very nature of entrepreneurship.
And I think the key takeaway for our listeners is that AI is a powerful tool,
Yeah.
but it's just that it's a tool. It's up to us to decide how we use it, how we adapt to it, and how we shape the future.
I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today.
Definitely a lot to chew on.
I know I'm walking away with like this renewed sense of excitement and maybe even a little bit of urgency about the possibilities of AI.
And hopefully a sense of empowerment too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, AI isn't something to be feared. It's something to be embraced.
Right.
It can help us unlock our potential and create a more innovative and equitable and fulfilling future.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of AI-powered businesses. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.